One will vibe. Give thanks for life. Next year we're doing it again. Yeah, yeah. Happy birthday, my friend. Yeah. One more year pandem. Yeah. It feels like a Saturday to me. I don't know why. We're live streaming though. We are live streaming because I'm not. I saw the score of that Seattle Las Vegas game. And I was just like, F it, bro. I thought that was going to be the series for an upset, but at this point, I don't know. Are we? I don't think we're going to count like 4 or 5 seeds if the Liberty upset. So we'll leave that alone. That's not really 4 or 5. Those 4 or 5 matchups are never really like upsets from not upsets, unless you're talking maybe March Madness or something like that. But without any further ado, I figure we start this live stream, do a little game one recap live stream since Seattle's just being Seattle. I told y'all Seattle should just be so much better than they are, man. They really should be. I'm not saying the Aces aren't moving, but I have a really, really important question to ask Aces fans. Now, they were, I'll be real, I was getting lit up on Reddit by New York Liberty Reddit. Hey, New York Liberty Reddit finally got one on me, all right? They finally got one on me, but I'll give them the dub for that one. But really, it's really not even that I said anything wrong. I just made the mistake. And this is what I'm going to stop doing. I made the mistake of thinking that my same competitive fire is shared by most people. Not most people, but others. And I know some people do have the same type of like mad scientist, stick in the head type mentality. I feel like JJ Reddit calls it sickos or something like that. I call it mad scientist. I don't know. That's JJ Reddick saying sicko. That's a little male with him. I just feel like we can. There's a better term for that. But like mad scientist esque, if you will, Green Goblin esque, if you will, Joker esque, if you will. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop putting my competitive fire out online like that because you know what? I'll give New York Liberty Reddit one. The one thing they can't say, even though I like jabbing at New York Liberty Reddit, the one thing they can't say is that they can never say that I've led the Liberty astray. In any of my suggestions, in any of my pieces of advice, they can never say that I led the Liberty astray. Because again, everything that comes back to basketball, that comes back to hoops, I believe I play basketball the right way. I love playing basketball the high IQ, selfless way. So I think I play basketball the right way. I freaking play 2K the same way. I could be brown. Me and my friends with brown shirt on 2K and run up a streak against a bunch of stacked 99s. You know what I mean? It's just we play basketball the right way. I play basketball the right way. I see basketball that same way, which is the same reason why I scout the way I do. Basketball to me is the most simple sport made complex. So that's just how I see hoops. So you know what, New York Liberty Reddit, y'all got one. Y'all can stay with that one. But you know what? It's really just me. It's not that I don't think I said anything wrong, but it's more so like I don't think people are as sick about basketball as I am. Granted, I play basketball, you know what I mean? And then I had to remind myself like, yo, some of these people haven't played a lick of basketball. On top of that, most W fans don't aren't that sharp when it comes to basketball IQ than NBA fans, and we talked about that last stream. But I really had to remind myself, most don't even play the sport. So the edges you can see, or like the edge, especially competitive wise, that you can see is just, or that I can see, which is why I try to share it on this channel. I don't know, man. I got to stop doing that. I got to stop thinking that people see things in the same competitive lens that I do. You see what I'm saying? Like, the hell? I did not mean to do that. Yeah, I gotta stop assuming people see the same shit that I see. Because I'm looking at it from a point of like, where's an advantage, where's a disadvantage? If I see a disadvantage, I'll call it out. I already don't think that like the Liberty we have like a really strong sense of championship mentality, and we could talk Mamba mentality this and Mamba mentality that, but for the most part, I don't see it. I don't really think I don't think people really understand what like Mamba mentality is. I don't really think people understand what championship mentality is. And you know what? I've while we're on this topic, I've brought this up before where I said, "Yo, things are going to be changing in the W very soon. You're going to get that payday. You're going to get the benefits and resources that y'all want, but with that comes that new wave of attention. And it's the wave of attention that I don't think a lot of players or teams are ready for. It's that 24/7 demand for you to be better. And if me asking for certain improvements on a team is too much to ask for, then what the hell are y'all gonna do when it's thousands of people saying the same things? You gotta like, I feel like the W got a little taste of that last year in the finals because a lot of people tuned into last year's finals. I saw people from a lot of different sports. Like I was interacting with a lot with people from a lot of different sports who really just sat down and watched the WNBA finals for the first time. And they're coming from different sports. They're coming from the NBA. They're coming from different leagues, NBA, Euro, obviously some soccer fans, some baseball fans looking, some football fans and whatnot. There were a lot of people watching the WNBA finals. And the discourse we had was just like people are picking apart different teams or picking apart the same teams and saying what this player can't do well, saying what this player can't do well, what this player struggles with. They don't know about this player, they don't know about that coach. So I'm just like, that was, I think, the first time I got to see a, a very diverse group of fans. When I say fans, you know what I mean, but just a diverse group of like viewers talking the WNBA and picking apart the game, and for the most part, I just a part of me felt like, yo, if y'all getting this consistently every single night, which will happen, I don't know if there are a lot of players or teams ready for that. I really don't. But hey, one thing you cannot say is that I led anyone astray. Especially not this team. I think I've looked out for this team pretty well. I think if they just look at my channel and look at maybe some of the game breakdowns, they actually could take something from that. Like that's why I do these breakdowns. Like, can you take something from that? Whether you'd give credit, like, can you take something from my insight or my analysis that could be useful in the game? I feel like if you can take something from my analysis, then I'm doing something right. You feel me? Like I'm leading you in the right direction. You know what I mean? Someone on Reddit called me a wannabe YouTuber, and I'm just like, that's how I know you don't watch. You think I want to do YouTube, bro? You think I want to do you? You think the goal? You think I'm trying to blow up as a YouTuber? You think I want a 100,000 subscriber plaque? I mean, that'd be nice. Don't get me wrong, especially if that comes with like consistent engagement views. But you think I want to be a YouTuber? What the? You think I want to be a YouTuber? You think I want to dedicate my time to doing scouting and film breakdowns to put them on YouTube? Is that what you think I want to do? Huh? I don't want comments to get to me, but it's like then I'll start thinking. I'm just like, dude, think I want to do you think I want to do YouTube? This space is so crowded as is. You think I want to do YouTube? I already told y'all my core fans, not even fans, but I already told my core viewers, bro, I'm not trying to do this. Like I don't like being in front of camera. How many times do I have to say that? I feel like an NPC in front of the camera. I feel like a bot in front of the camera. That's why I'd rather be behind the scenes pulling strings. That shit almost set me off. It was like a wannabe YouTuber. I'm just like, I don't even want, I don't even like being on YouTube. Talk about wannabe YouTuber. I'm just like, this is the reason I'm here is because I feel like this is the only outlet where someone might see what I see and be able to use it for their benefit. Like this is the one way I feel like I could maybe reach out to certain players and give them the pieces of advice that I think they might not be getting. That's the only reason I'm here. Hell, y'all see how much I post. Anyway, let me not give let me not give New York Liberty Reddit any more shine. They're sooner or later they're gonna be in, you know what I'm saying. So I'll leave them alone. I'll leave them alone. Stewie hurt her knee. I did get to see the Phoenix Mercury New York Liberty game. That game was about to get. I feel like, oh my gosh, that game was gonna get in. That game was intense, but I felt like in the New York Liberty we went on a run in overtime. And I think that was just like the pendulum of momentum swinging back towards us because trust, when Alyssa Thomas went up for that layup, I don't know how the hell she missed that layup. She literally made that same layup like a couple plays before, but she went up with that layup, that spin move, wide open, Sab. Like, I just don't understand how Sab doesn't see that she's about to get picked. Like, picked, not screened, like picked. Gortat screen, like picked out of the way. Like, you're guarding Satu Sabli. Alyssa Thomas is up at the top of the perimeter. Like, what do you think's about to happen? They're either gonna post Satu or they're gonna use her as a seal. Like, I don't get where our IQ is, but I've done enough videos on that. So Alyssa Thomas comes off of that Gortat screen by Satu Sabli, hits her patented spin move, wide open. I'm like, oh my. I was like, it's a miracle if she misses. It's a miracle if she misses, and she completely. This is, and then I started thinking, this is probably why Alyssa Thomas doesn't really get those MVP votes. I know the MVP is a regular season award, but I'm like, this is why Alyssa Thomas. I feel like this is why people don't like Alyssa Thomas. All right, right off the bat, she's one of those players where you're not going to hear about her much. You're not going to see her much. Excuse me. She's not going to get that same spotlight, right? So already she's kind of at that, like, she's kind of like that Kawhi level of superstar where they're just quiet. They go about their business. They kill. Right? But on top of that, if you're going to be that low-key superstar that isn't really all in the media and whatnot and isn't the biggest personality, even set, like reserved, whatever. If you're going to be that superstar, if you're going to be that superstar, and I'm not saying that she necessarily like wants this type of recognition or wants this type of award, but if you're going to be that superstar, when that spotlight is on you to show up in that big moment, you have to show, I guess, any viewer or the viewers that you are undeniable, that this isn't some shit that you can not pay attention to anymore. It's like you kind of have to not necessarily force, but you have to make sure that you pull through in the moments where everyone's watching you. It's kind of that simple. Because a lot of people are already not giving you that love, even though you're one of the best players and have been in really top 3 MVP voting, could be considered an MVP candidate, especially in these past couple of years, every year. When everyone's watching you, that's when you have to deliver so people can be like, it's undeniable. One thing I think about Asia Wilson, not just the fandom, but one thing about Asia Wilson as she continuously goes on these MVP charges is that what she's doing is undeniable. Yes, she got the charisma. Yes, she got the personality. She got the team, the exposure. But what she's doing is damn near undeniable. You can't be. You're the best player on defense. You're the best player on the court at all times. You're the best player on offense. You're giving them that bag work. They see highlights of you. You're sending shots just as much as you're making shots. Like, you're leading the team. They see you being the vocal leader. Like, it's easy for Asia to have those MVP charges, but that's because she takes command of those moments. She's undeniable. She shows up when she needs to. 30, 20 games and all that stuff. Like, she shows up when she needs to. Aces are like, their ship is sinking, and boom, here she comes, like pulling them out of the water her damn self, leads them to the second seed. Like, that shit's undeniable. You feel me? And Alyssa Thomas has these moments where she's on the Connecticut Sun. Rebecca Allen wins you a game against the Libs, you know, and then after that, Stewie backpacks the Libs and then sends you out of here. You're going up against the Minnesota Lynx. The Minnesota Lynx W to get you out of the playoffs. Like, you're not placing yourself. You're already under the spotlight, but you're not putting yourself in a spot that's undeniable, where people have they have to say, "Oh yeah, no, she's the one. She's the one. She's unstoppable." Alyssa Thomas doesn't put herself in those positions, in my opinion, which is why I'm not saying it's right that she doesn't get the love that she should get, because absolutely, like, it's tough to say, because if Asia and Fee aren't having these, Stewie sometimes aren't having these years that they have, like, yeah, Alyssa Thomas probably would be MVP, but I don't think she helps herself by not showing up in those big moments or not doing something where everyone has to focus on that. You feel me? So like her, when she smoked that layup, I was just like, she has to have some sort of mental block against Liberty. Because again, it was the same exact layup she just hit like a couple possessions ago. She smoked that layup. Who grabbed the rebound? I think it was, who grabbed the rebound? Was it Stewie or Leo? I think it was Leo. Leo grabbed the rebound. I was watching that ish at work. I was just like, oh my gosh, that's 1-0. I knew it was going into overtime, and we had about zero point 0.9 seconds on the clock. I didn't really expect a game-winning play by Coach Sandy, even though Coach Sandy, I promise you, you had one. The set that she ran was actually the set that she ran. I might do a breakdown of this on like tomorrow, but the set that Coach Sandy ran with zero point 0.9 seconds on the clock is like the last shot of the game in the fourth quarter, tie game, worst case scenario, overtime. The set she ran, she probably could have gotten an insanely clean shot out of that. It was perfect, but instead, once again, we just give Sabrina a screen and have her jack some BS up. Now, Sab almost made it because the shit hit the back of the rim, like the back of the rim against the backboard. That almost went in, but there was a set kind of out of Becky Hammond's Becky Hammond's playbook, where if Stewie dove down and then set the screen for Sab darts, but it's like more so a brush screen, and then it's like, I forget what they call the passes in NFL or just in football, where the receiver's not looking at it, but the ball is already being thrown. Like the ball is already thrown. So they're still probably on a route, and then the ball is already being thrown. So by the time they turn, they just have to locate the ball. I don't know if there's a specific name for that, but yeah, I'll show you guys when I break down that game. But that could have been a great play, but I really don't expect Coach Sandy to have clutch plays. I don't think she's that coach. You know what I mean? Anyway, the Valks got stomped out 101-72. The Lynx took care of business, and I heard, let me go to Gamecast. I heard do I talk about this? I heard Coach Nakase, that's her name, right? Coach Nakase of the Valkyries, talking about that she wants a fair fight in terms of the officiating. How many times have I said on this channel before, I don't want to hear about officiating in a close game? I did say that. Now, this game wasn't particularly close, but at the same time, Coach Nakase, we said this last live stream. You're not an offensive team. You don't have offensive, like you bring Monique Billings off the bench, and Monique Billings only played 4 minutes. You're not an offensive team. Why are you guys spamming threes? You shot 31 threes and made 9 of them. Why are we talking about officials? Hold on. 29% from 3. The Lynx shot 24 threes and made 10 of them. I don't know. Let's maybe take some of these possessions where you guys are jacking up threes as if you're the Boston Celtics or the New York Liberty, and maybe do something below the perimeter if you're going to shoot 29% 3? Why are you guys? This isn't the regular, like this 3-ish. It might work in the regular season because you playing the math out. Hold on. 23 of 27 from the line. That's really good. The Lynx shot 21 of 24 from the line. To have 27 free throws and be complaining about officiating, I don't. It's like, I get, I'll give you the first time in the playoffs. Well, I mean, as head coach with your new team, I'll give you that discount, but why are we complaining about officiating? You guys got 30 ball. You got 30 balled. What you complaining about officiating for? You put up 31 threes and hitting 31 threes to hit 9. Why are the refs a part of this post game conversation? Please tell me. I didn't watch this game. Maybe they hold him out of momentum runs. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to watch like the game back. I try not to watch the highlights because obviously the highlights don't tell you everything. So I have League Pass anyway. So I'll watch the game back, but there's no way in hell. I don't want to hear about officiating in a close game. I definitely don't want to hear about officiating in a blowout. You're calling out the refs in a 30 ball blowout? I don't know. I don't know about that. Like I can't defend you there. I can't defend you there. Valks might get packed up in 2 games if they're able to win a game. I just don't see how. I've already told y'all, bro, the Valks have no offense. They have no offense. Their players really aren't offensively talented like that. Like, if they have a good game, they have a good game, but they're not really offensively talented like that, bro. That's just what it is, man. Like, you're a band of misfits. You made it to the playoffs off the power of friendship. It's time to go home. Or it might be time to stay home. You gave the Lynx 3 days of rest just to go play, and okay. Y'all be lucky to win 1. I'm sorry, Valks fans, but you guys will be lucky to win 1. Veronica Burton, like she got. What did I tell you on the last live stream? Your leading scorer is an 11.9 points per game scorer. Let's call it 12 points per game scorer. Against the Lynx, you have no offense, bro. Good luck. Good luck. Good day, sir. Good day, sir. You lose. Good day, sir. We can wrap that. We can wrap that playoff. Goodbye, Valks. Aha. Goodbye, Valks. It was good. Y'all did good. I can't believe Coach Akaze really went after the refs. What the refs gonna do? Again, granted, I didn't watch the game, but maybe the refs screwed her momentum over. Who knows? The Indiana Fever and the Atlanta Dream. The Dream wins 80-68. When I kept looking at this game, I wasn't able to watch this game, but I was following the play-by-play. I just kept seeing that the Dream kept blowing like 9, 8-point leads, and then the game would be like 5 points. It'd get closer, another 5 points, 9-point lead again, and then it'd come back down 5 points. So I wasn't really sure what was going on in this game. I just thought to myself, if anything's happening, I know Kelsey Mitchell's probably keeping them in the game, and Kelsey Mitchell was keeping them in the game. I believe Kelsey Mitchell dropped 27 points. I had the Atlanta Dream sweep in this. I did. 2-0. Excuse me. I think the Dream just have too much. If you the Dream are out here surviving against their Jordan Canada one for what was it? 1 for 8 from the field. Golly, bro, just put in Tahina, please. Just play Tahina. Just play Tahina. Jordan Canada is great off the bench, in my opinion. Like, just play Tahina. I just feel like Tahina offers you a little bit more. If you already got to worry about Ryan Howard's perimeter shooting, but Ryan can also get downhill. If you play Tahina and Alicia Gray, you got all the spacing you want in the world. With Nas, you can pop Nas out and you can just run screen pick and roll with Brianna Jones. Like, let Ryan be creative. Ryan's probably one of the most creative players in the league, and especially at that one spot. That one spot is very scarce. That one spot is very dry. Yeah, Kelsey Mitchell dropped 27 points. Kelsey Mitchell didn't really get any help from her starters. Kelsey Mitchell dropped 27 points off 9 of 18 shooting. The next starter, the next starter had 10 points. Brianna Turner played 12 minutes. That's how you know shit getting spooky. That's how you know shit getting spooky. Brianna Turner playing 12 minutes. Yeah. The injured fever, Indiana fever. 2 of 15 from three for the fever. Bree Hall played 2 minutes. Michaela Timpson played 2 minutes. I think Michaela Timpson should be getting way more playing time. If Natasha Howard going to give you 5 points, 5 points, give those minutes to Michaela Timpson. Michaela Timpson could probably do better than 5 points. I'm not saying maybe it might be an off game for Natasha Howard, but I think Michaela Timpson. I feel like Michaela Timpson, Aaliyah Boston. That's a dope pairing. I don't know. I feel like there might be something there. Aerial Powers. I feel like can Aerial Powers play the three? They put Lexi Hull at the three though. Lexi Hull shot 3 of 13 from the field. Yeah, this might be over with. Alicia Gray, 5 of 16. She didn't even really shoot that well, but she went to the line, knocked down 9 of 10 of her shots at the line for 20 points. Brianna Jones, 12 points, 5 of 7 shooting. Naz Hillman, 5 of 7 shooting, 2 of 4 from three for 16 points, 9 rebounds. Naz Hillman, Swiss Army knife, really. Jordan Canada, 1 of 8. What the? Wait, hold on. Wait, hold. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Six. Five, Jordan Canada fouled out. Oh, Kelsey Mitchell giving her that work. That's all that means. That's all that means. Jordan Canada fouled out of this game, bruh. Nah, that was Kelsey Mitchell. That had to be Kelsey Mitchell. Chat. That was Kelsey Mitchell, wasn't it? That had to be Kelsey Mitchell. 6 fouls, that's Kelsey Mitchell act. That sounds like Kelsey Mitchell activity. It sounds like Kelsey Mitchell activity. That is 1 of 8 and fouling out. You had more fouls than points. Nah. Who we guarding, Bron? Like, bro, why you have 6 fouls against an injured Fever team? Jeez, I'm afraid to rewatch some of these films, bro. Nia Coffey had 7 minutes registered. Brittany Griner had 8 minutes registered. Maya Caldwell again. I think that's Coach Smesco's like go-to call is Maya Caldwell. I think he likes the rotation of Maya Caldwell off the bench. But Tahina Papa had 6 minutes. She made 2 points. Atlanta, I believe, is going to wrap this up in Indy. I don't think they care about the home crowd or nothing like that. I don't know what Indy can do to compete with Atlanta. Atlanta just has a lot of firepower off the bench. But I think if it's your last game of the season, I'd say Coach White should play. It might be unorthodox, it might be a crazy move, but I say you give KK Timpson a couple more minutes because I'd like to see KK versus Nas Hillman. Did they play each other? No, because Nas is what? Nas is 2023. KK is 2025. Maybe not. I'm not sure if they ever played against each other. Plus different leagues. Yeah, I don't think they ever played against each other. Okay. Moving down to New York Liberty and Phoenix Mercury. We kind of talked about this for a little bit. I was watching this game and then now again I was at work, so I was kind of like watching. Um yeah, this was a Alyssa Thomas sell. This is an Alyssa Thomas sell. One thing I noticed about this game, what I will say about the Liberty and the Mercury, and why I was so concerned when we were making the predictions last live stream, was because I just didn't know what team was going to show up for either team, really. Are we going to get a well-oiled Phoenix Mercury machine, or are we going to get a well-oiled New York Liberty machine, or are we going to get the New York Liberty team that doesn't score for 6 minutes in a quarter? And that damn near happened again today, by the way. Like we had 9 field goals made in the second half at 1-2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. They said we made 9 shots. 9 shots made and 17 turnovers or something, like 9 shots made or 14 turnovers. It's like we're playing dumb basketball and the Phoenix Mercury are playing even dumber basketball. I was watching Phoenix, y'all deserve to go home. Phoenix is packed up, by the way. I think Phoenix is done. I just saw Satu Sabli's like IG story, and this is basically where my post got lit up on Reddit, because I was just like, I saw Niara and Satu hanging out or whatever, and I was just like, a lot of people thought I think a lot of people thought I was going at Niara, but I was more so thinking about like the team's cool with this. Like the team is cool with this. I don't know. But again, I gotta stop thinking everyone shares my competitive fire. Like that's just me. I remember Kobe walking into Madison Square Garden and not talking to no effing body, bruh. Like that's the shit I remember. You don't want to like. It's like, yeah, I get we're sisters, but like, nah, fuck you. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe maybe it's just me trying to share my competitive fire. But that's basically where this post got lit up. Sorry, where my post got lit up. And I saw Satu's like, I was basically questioning, is the team like, is this what we're doing? Like, are we really locked in if we're doing ish like this? That's basically what it was. And then, I got, lit up for that. That's fine. That's just me. Again, at least I can say I'm like, that's me. That's how I think. That's how I see the game. That's how I see certain things, within the game. But I saw Satu's IG story like post game, and they're like, I guess she was like reposting a friend's vid, showing how they were watching her game, I think at a Drake concert. And I was like, oh, Phoenix might be done. Phoenix might be done. I don't think Sa gives up. How you shoot 2 of 17 reposting friend. Like, you see what I'm saying? I feel like there's going to, like, when the W gets what they want, when you guys get the higher pay, when you get the benefits, when you get the resources, this stuff that y'all can get away with because there's no one to really call that stuff out, which is part of the reason why I sometimes take on that role, is because of stuff like that. You shot 2 of 17 at home. Granted, I'm not going to say like Satu, if you check out her gameplay and just check out the way she plays, she's not really a sharp shooter. Like, she's not the best shooter. She doesn't have the best shot selection IQ. Like that game isn't crazy from her. We've seen plenty of 6 of 17 games from Satu Sabli. You get what I'm saying? She's a 30% 3-point shooter, I believe, this year. Or 32% 3-point shooter this year, 40% from the field overall, I believe. I'll check those stats real quick. But like the bad shooting nights from Satu, I've accepted. This is in 2023. You feel me? But to shoot 2 of 17 and you busy reposting your friends as if you did something tonight, like that's the other crazy part. Like, cool, show support to your friend, but at the most, I would have just liked the video. What are we doing for clicks right now? You shot 2 of 2, like Satu doesn't even shoot that well on the regular, but 2 of 17 is egregious. 2 of 17 is absolutely crazy. So on the comments to my original post on Reddit, everyone was like, yo, it worked. Like getting food, like Niara getting food with her sister, it works. Satu got fat. Satu didn't manage her carbs and came out and shot 2 of 17. They were like, oh, it worked. I guess you shouldn't have been bitching about what the Sabli sisters are doing and whatnot. And I'm just like, hey, like I said, y'all got that dub, bro. Run with it. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. I was concerned for my team. I was concerned for my player. You know what I'm saying? And turns out She turns out she was plotting. I don't know what to say. I can't defend that. Again, New York Liberty Reddit, y'all got it, man. That's a dub for y'all. I will leave y'all alone from here on out because again, I just see things differently. And by the way, that top comment that said, "Oh, as if Niara was going to get minutes." Like I'm bitching about Niara hanging out with her sister as if she was going to get minutes. Guys, this is exactly why I said timing. Timing. It's the playoffs. You don't know what's going to happen. What do they always say in the NBA? Oh, you know what I'm saying? It's the playoffs. You never know. It's the playoffs. You never know. I was ready. You know what I'm saying? My number was called. I was ready. You never know what may happen in the playoff. Like, we don't know what's going to happen. Timing. How we know, like, Stewie just injured herself towards the end of the game. How do you know JJ not gonna be in foul trouble? Emma might be in foul trouble. Stewie might be injured. Like, we're not 100%. Yes, everyone is available, but if you guys think that everyone is 100%, that is not true. That is not the case. Most teams at this point in the season aren't 100%. So they might be available, but they're not all 100%. And I saw people on Twitter, they were basically crashing out with Coach Sandy not playing Niara, and I'm just like, do y'all not understand that Niara is most likely on a minutes restriction? Like, we're not playing her unless we have to. But at the same time, what if we had to? Kalia Copper today had 4 fouls, and they had to manage her minutes. But like, this is the playoffs. What happens if her number gets called? If we have to call her number earlier than we wish to, or earlier than Coach Sandy wished to? That's the entire point. It's the timing. It's playoff basketball. It's not the regular season where this just don't matter. You see what I'm saying? So everything comes back to just how I see the game anyway. But yeah, Satu, I think Phoenix is done. I think she already has vacation plans. You can't. That is insane. Now imagine. Here's what I want y'all to imagine. Because yes, the NBA basketball environment can get toxic, but imagine, bro. Imagine a superstar or all-star in the playoffs. I don't know. I don't know if you want to say leader of the team, but one of the go-to players on the team comes out. What if Kawhi Leonard comes out and shoots 2 of 17 from the field? And an hour or so after the game, repost a friend video of them watching the game. Like, you know what all of social media gonna say? They gonna say this friend was watching Kawhi put up a stink show in the playoffs at home. They're going to be roasting the hell out of that man. They're gonna say it's better off she turn off the freaking live stream or it's better off they turn off the live stream because they weren't watching you do much. They would be on their head top, bro. They would be on Kawhi's head top. I'm just using Kawhi as an example here, but again, I do say don't use your NBA lens in certain things, but I'm just comparing the situation. I'm showing you how a lot of W players would like. There's a lot of flexibility, and a lot of W players take advantage of the fact that the views aren't always, or the spotlight isn't that bright on them at certain times. They take advantage of that. They take advantage of the fact that most people aren't going to call out some shit like that. The only people calling out something like that is me. You know what I mean? And everyone seems to disagree with me on the regular anyway, even though that's just me being competitive. But hey, I see that, and I think that the Phoenix Mercury are checked out, or at least Satu's checked out. I don't think they care. They might, if the game is there, they might take it in Barclays if it's there. But I don't think they're gonna go get it. I don't think they care. I don't think. Hell no. You don't shoot no 2 of 17 and start reposting IG stories. That shit's Hey, bro. This is why I have some thoughts of like, hey, some of these players, some of these teams might not be ready for that influx of attention. That's all I'm saying. Because that shit is actually crazy. So it rolled into overtime. Again, Alyssa Thomas missed that point blank layup. Rolled into overtime. Liberty took over in overtime. Sabrina played okay. Sabrina played okay. Um, we just be playing accidental basketball out there. Like Sabrina just dribbles to the point where she just can't dribble anymore. And if somebody makes a good backdoor cut, she hits her. It's just we just play a very interesting brand of basketball in New York. It's not good basketball. It's just really just is peculiar. I just like a lot of people think I hate the Liberty. I'm just like, no, I'm a Liberty fan. I just hate the brand of basketball that we play. I'm a Celtics fan through and through. I just hate the brand of basketball that we play. The brand of basketball that we play just cost Jason Tatum an Achilles and an entire year missed in the NBA. It probably just cost us a finals trip just for us to blow up the team. And if you want to compare it with the New York Liberty, that brand of basketball keeps us on the ropes damn near every time to the point where it's just like last season, everyone was asking, damn, can we protect a 20-point lead? No, you cannot because your brand of basketball does not produce that. So keep thinking I'm hating on the Liberty. No, I'm not hating on the Liberty. I hate our brand of basketball. I hate the way we play. Because shit is not that complex. Trust is not that crazy. The fixes that we need just to at least just keep the team whooping ass. Like, I gotta stop cussing, but if we had parameters or strict guidelines, strong offense, strong defensive principles, I feel like we'd be insured for a 10-point lead for most games. Hell, I don't think teams would be able to even get in a game with us if we had certain things down pat. You feel me? Stop thinking I'm a Liberty hater. I just don't like the way we play. It just makes me more of a real fan than you. You guys see that? Well, first of all, y'all don't even know what y'all looking at anyway. So I'll leave that alone. Most of y'all don't know what y'all looking at. You don't know what you're looking at. You don't. You want to argue like what I notice is people want to argue with you, but I'm just like, I'm over here arguing the game and people will just be arguing about what I said. I'm just like, yo, I'm talking about the game. You understand I'm talking about the game? No, it's what you said. It's how you said it. What the So are we talking about the game right now? Nah, it's how you said it. Okay. Got it. You haven't played. That's why I told y'all it's easy to see the NBA fans in the WNBA space compared to like WNBA fans. I'm not saying there aren't WNBA fans out there that don't know the game because thankfully on this channel, I interact with a lot of you. I interact with a lot of them. Thankfully, this channel has somewhere we can discuss actual gameplay. But it damn near seems like outside of this, I don't know. I just don't know. That's why I say I'm always thankful and appreciative of y'all because we actually chop it up about the game. Outside, everyone be talking about everything but the game. It's really weird. Not saying it don't happen outside, but like, it's. I don't know what I don't know what people talk about. People talk about. You know what I'm saying? People off the court life and stuff like that. I'm just like, are we going to talk about the game? Hello? Did anyone see this play being run or this potential play that could have been so great? That's just me. Alyssa Thomas went 14, 9, and 8. Did her usual thing, 7 of 18. Like I said, she kind of sold the game. She definitely sold the game with the 0 for 2 from the line in clutch time. Sold that. Satu Sabali finally sucks against us. Because usually this 2 of 17 stat line is like a 14 of 17, 7 of 10 from deep. She was 2 of 17 this game, 1 of 10 from deep for 9 points. Whoever had Satu on the under just cashed the hell out. They just made bank. Kalia Copper, I thought Kalia Copper was going to have a good game, but she went 5 of 13, 0 of 4 from 3. It's a really good thing the Phoenix Mercury weren't on from 3 today. because I feel like that would have kept them in the game. We didn't shoot particularly well from three, 10 of 33 for 30% for us. The Phoenix Mercury shot 23%. So, like I said, we weren't playing the best basketball either, but neither were the Phoenix Mercury. I'm saying Phoenix Mercury shot 32% this game. And by the way, it's not that complex. Some of the shots Phoenix were taking like they were taking like I gotta stop saying that. Phoenix was taking these pull up mid range shots off a pick and roll 2 steps above maybe the start of the key. I'm like, what is that shot? 18 seconds left on the clock. Pulling up, McConney pulls up for a midi and with Jonquil Jones in her face. Alyssa Thomas hasn't even been given the chance to roll yet, and she pulls it. What the Satu Sabli on the wing? You just got the offensive. Your team just got the offensive rebound. Swing to her, jacks a three in Emma Meeseman's face. I'm like, is your coach cool with this? Does your coach allow this? Is this good basketball? Or does anyone on the court think this is a good shot? Ain't no way. You got your stars. You gave your stars the most amount of shots. DeWanna Bonner basically played better than all of the starters. Like, at least one thing I can say about Phoenix, they give their star players the shots. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of W teams don't really give the players who should be getting shots the ball. Speaking of that, I know Leo had it. Oh shit, my shit's frozen. Oh no. Is it frozen? McConney had 11 shots. Kalia Copper had 13. Satu had 17 shots. Alyssa Thomas had 18 shots. DeWanna Bonner had 7 shots and made 12 points. And that was for third most points on her team. Leo had 7 shots from 3. Thank God. We gotta hit a couple more, Leo. But when I see that Leo has more than 5 attempts from 3 in a game, that's good. Like that's a good thing. I'm so sick of seeing a 42% 3-point shooter only get 3 attempts a game. I don't want to see that. Leo should at least have 5 shots from 3 a game. But she had some open looks this game. I gotta give props to Natasha Cloud. 9 of 12 from the field, 3 of 6 from deep. She was picking her spots well. Still could be better, but she 23, 5, and 6, 4 steals. Natasha was all over the place. Revenge game. Nah, I gotta give Natasha props. I hope this doesn't die down because this might have been one of those motivation games where she just wants, her revenge game against Phoenix where she has to show out, and she does show out, and then from this point on she's quiet. No, I want to see this level. Them 4 steals let me know you were trying to get active. Those 4 steals, and I saw how she was getting them too. You're letting me know that you wanted to get active. I want to see that, and I want to see that in every game. Shouts out to Natasha because I was on here talking about, hey, that dog you gotta be barking not when you just in front of the house. You gotta be barking when you outside of the house. You gotta be barking when you away from the house. You gotta be barking in other people's hoods. And she did that. 23, 5, and 6, and 4 on 9 of 12 shooting. That's barking. I was like, that's barking in someone else's neighborhood. So props to Natasha. All props to Natasha. W's in the chat for Natasha Cloud, bro. That's the type of, that's the gameplay I wanted to see. But again, I just hope it wasn't just for the revenge game. You know what I mean? I hope it just wasn't for Natasha trying to prove a point to Phoenix. I hope we stay on this track of performance with T Cloud. But that was her game. No doubt, that was her game. That was Natasha Cloud's game. Game 1, she won that shit for us. She won that shit for us. We'll go read Sabrina's stats now, but Natasha Cloud won that game for us. I mean, I don't expect much from Sabrina this playoff run. I really don't. I lowered my expectations with Sabrina anyway. She made 16 points on 6 of 18 shooting, 3 of 12 from deep. Again, Sabrina doesn't really know how to get to her shot. So I don't expect much from Sabrina. If Sabrina doesn't have to carry, that's ideal for us. You see what I'm saying? And having everybody back is good because Sabrina doesn't have to carry. Because, Lord, when Sabrina has to carry, sometimes she's good, sometimes she's not. It's almost like a 50-50 flip. We played, which is interesting, we played about 7 deep. Kennedy Burke and Emma Mieseman on rotation. Kennedy Burke was 0 of 5, 0 of 2. Emma Mieseman was 1 of 6, but she had 8 rebounds, and that was basically it. Phoenix played about 7 deep as well. 7 minutes to Catherine Westbeld. She came in, hit a 3. Catherine Westbeld hit a pretty big 3. Like she had a momentum swinging 3. But the Phoenix Mercury played about 7 deep as well. I expect us to pack them up in New York. As long as we don't play around with our food, pack them up in New York. As long as we don't play around with our food, pack them up. I think they got vacation plans already. Now, if you guys are wondering, in terms of my predictions, how it's going, I said Liberty 2-1, Atlanta Dream 2-0, Lynx 2-0. So there's still a chance for Liberty. Might be Liberty 2-0, but it might be Liberty 2-1 as well. And I said for the Las Vegas Aces and the Seattle Storm, I said Aces 2-1. On my pick'ems, I said Storm 2-0, but that's just because I was trying to choose the upset. I didn't know which. It definitely wasn't going to be the Valks or the Fever, so I was trying to choose the upset. So I said Storm 2-0. I still think the Storm can win a game. They just so damn sorry, dog. Why are the Storm so... There should be no reason why this team is that sorry that you're getting beaten 77-102. You cannot be this sorry. You're damn near the third, you're top 4 in terms of talent in this league. There's no way y'all can be this. So how you got like 2 of the best defensive players in the league and you this sorry? Like, I don't even think Brittany and Sony Citron were like, that was more. And Sony's a rookie. And I feel like they were putting in more work than Gabby Williams and Brittany Sykes. Granted, Gabby and Sony are 2 kind of completely different players. Like, Sony can get after it on offense. Not saying that Gabby hasn't had a decent year on offense. But that's not really Gabby's game. But I don't like saying that. And actually, I take that back. I think Gabby can be a really great offensive talent. But it seems like sometimes she shies away from that. Sonia Citron, she doesn't shy away from it. But Sony will get it through the flow of the game. She won't really make herself like... She kind of had to later in the season, but that's just because we traded away Slim. But Sony kind of likes to get it through the flow of the offense instead of being the focal point of the offense. She had to deal with the double teams again later on in the season. She'll be fine. We can scout that anyway, but Sony will be fine. But she likes to get it through the flow of the offense. I think both of their struggles, low-key, are when they decide to make themselves the focal point of the offense. Because that's not an easy thing to do. Like, we have to remember, most players, we will see a Harden, a James Harden come out, or an Afiza Collier come out, and Asia Wilson come out and be like, oh yeah, they're great scorers. And I feel like we attribute that to like the physicality or the physical skills and whatnot. But we have to really talk about like scoring. That's a mental. There's a willingness. There's like a mental. In a way, it's like a mental sickness for you to always want to score as much as possible. Yes, that's the name of the game. Yes, that's probably what gives players the most gratification. But it's still work. You feel me? it might be the most gratifying, but it's still work. And to come out every night and say, "Yo, I have to kill. There's no other choice." Like that's low key a sickness. There's a willingness, there's a mental determination to say, I'm going to get this bucket. I'm not going to like you're not going to see me under 16, 15 points. Like there's a determination there. I don't think it's just to get it out of the flow of the offense. I think when you're trying to stamp and when you're trying to step on an opponent, there's this determination that I'm going to be the one to do that. So I think we kind of discount the mental kills, like the kill side of that killer mentality of scoring. You have to have that. I don't really think Gabby Williams has that. She has all the skills in the world to be that killer on offense, but I don't think she has that mentality there yet. I don't know if it's she's lacking a belief that she can do that or can be that, or if she just doesn't have that mental endurance to be like every night they're gonna get 16 plus out of me. You see what I'm saying? So that's again, she had a like I said, she had a great game tonight, but she was damn near the only person doing anything on the Seattle Storm. Holy hell. 7 of 18 from 3 for Seattle, 43% from the field overall, 8 of 11 from the free throw line, compared to the Las Vegas Aces 16 of 21 from the free throw line, 14 of 29 from 3 for 48% shooting, damn near 50% shooting from 3 from the Aces. At what point do you just run a team off of the 3-point line? A team shooting more than 45% from the 3-point line against, like, at what point do you just step on the 3-point line? 50% from the field, 36 to 71. Asia Wilson, oh my goodness. 29 points on 10 of 18 shooting, 1 of 2 from 3, 8 of 10 from the line, 29, 8 and 2, and 3 steals, 2 blocks. Her partner in crime, Jackie Young, showing up on time as she does, 18 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, 4 steals, 6 of 9 from the field, 4 of 6 from deep, 2 of 2 from the line. Second highest scorer. Third highest scorer was Jewel Lloyd off the bench with 14, 5 of 9 shooting. Dana Evans, who has been hooping. Shouts out Dana Evans. I like that Dana Evans is killing and has found a role on a team that wants to give her a role, basically. I don't like how Chicago fans did Dana Evans. I don't know why the hell y'all try to make it seem like she ain't have game, but you know. But y'all saw what y'all saw. I won't get on y'all too much for that. But it's not like I was falling. Chicago. Y'all really did try to slander Dana Evans though, bro. And she came to DC and gave us work. Oh my lord. That girl had like 22 on us, bro. I was just like, again, at what point do you step on the 3-point line? I don't know. Cheyenne Parker Tyus actually played 11 minutes, 3 of 3, 7 points, plus 10 on her box plus minus. Well, actually, it makes sense because they're blowing out the. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I hope Seattle can get a game, but Brittany Sykes was 0 of 3 for 0 points. Skylar Diggins 4 of 11 for 12 points. Ezzy Magbagor, who I don't think should be starting anyway. I said that last stream. 2 points. Nneka Ogwumike 5 of 10 from the field. Nneka needs a little bit more than that. Nneka, you're going up against Asia Wilson. You got to bring it. You got to bring it. Asia had 29 on somebody head top. I hope it wasn't Ezzy. I hope it wasn't Ezzy guarding Asia. I hope it wasn't Ezzy guarding Asia. I seriously hope it wasn't. Let me check the fouls. Izzy had 3 fouls. Gabby had 0 fouls. Nneka only had 2 fouls. I'll have to rewatch that tape. I'll have to rewatch the tape. Yeah, I'll have to rewatch the tape. No one was in crazy foul trouble. I don't see how that's possible. Why does Asia Wilson have 29 points and no one has more than 4 fouls? The only person that had more than 4 fouls is Brittany Sykes. She had 5. No, no, no. That's unacceptable. We got to run back the tape. We got to run back the tape. I'll watch that game later. But I do think Seattle can pull a game back at home. I think they can. They just have to play better than that. I don't know what that is, bro. The Asia dropping 29. Nneka, you gotta come alive. Sky Diggy, you gotta come alive as well. Brittany Sykes, you can't be having those 0 point. Like you're one of the best scorers in the W. You can't be having those 0 points in the playoff game. Gabby Williams, if Gabby Williams is leading your offensive charge, what are you guys really doing? I just don't understand Seattle, man. I don't understand Seattle. Seattle, please win a game. Win a game, please. Please win a game, Seattle. The predictions are still on track. Okay, the predictions are still on track. But like I said, I can't really speak to the happenings of the games outside of the Liberty and a little bit of the Fever and ATL because again I did not watch the games. I wasn't able to. I was working, but I did catch some of the Liberty Mercury games, so I can't speak to the happenings. But the predictions are still on track. Okay, the predictions are still on track. We're rolling. The next games are going to be Tuesday. We will have a live stream tomorrow. I'll kind of share my findings and what I see when I start rewatching some of these games back. That will be Monday. I think we're going to be streaming the same time every day. I'm going to stream like 9 p.m. Hopefully that's not too late. Maybe 9. Yeah, I think 9 p.m. is a good time to stream. BH says, what's up, BH? The Valkyries play crap hoops offensively. I don't think the Valkyries have any body offensively. They shouldn't have let go of Van Loo and Linskins. If I remember correctly, they were like the 2 Belgian players, correct? I know who Julie Van Loo is, but Linskins that was like her Belgian teammate, correct? I love Julie Van Loo. I wish she would come back to DC. I thought we were gonna like bring her back to DC when that entire fiasco with her was going on. Copy. I don't know, chat. Talk to me, man. What y'all think? We got a couple of people in here. Like, what do y'all think of like? Because I don't know if you guys saw my last live stream. Not a lot of people are there for the last live stream. I did run that a little late, but my prediction was Atlanta winning the finals. I don't think that's a crazy prediction, by the way. They can get past the Aces. They get past the Aces. They have to deal with either the Libs, who they've beaten. I believe they beat us, right? Or they got to get past the Lynx, and they be beaten on the Lynx every time they play them. Let me know, like, what do y'all think is going to happen in these playoffs, man? Any crazy takes, any hot takes? I guess Atlanta. A lot of people actually do think Atlanta might win the chip this season. I think they have a really good chance as well. If not this season, well, nah, I think they got to win it this season. This season might be Atlanta's best chance at a chip. I don't think we're giving that enough spotlight. It might be the way how things shaped up. Their toughest comp. They're tough. That's tough. Who's their toughest comp? The Lynx, Liberty, or the Aces? They beat on the Lynx. They really do beat on the Lynx a lot. Lynx can't check them, and I think that's because of their matchup problem with the Lynx. The Liberty, those games are rather interesting. Both teams tend to like fail up. Ryan be shooting dumb percentages with us. Alicia Gray she's so efficient. And then the Aces. I'm really looking forward to it. Aces. Oh, let me tell you something. I got a prediction right here. It's not even a crazy take, but if they play the Aces, which is most likely gonna happen, right? If they play the Aces, Atlanta versus the Aces, I think that's going to be the series. Y'all see a Ryan Howard coming out party. Ryan Howard is going to get that national spotlight when she plays the Aces. Because if y'all remember, 2 years ago when Ryan was going, when what was it, the Enrique Ryan battle of Atlanta versus Dallas? Do y'all remember that? Was Atlanta? It was Atlanta versus Dallas, right? Yeah, and they lost. I think Atlanta lost in the first round, and Ryan dropped like I think Enrique dropped 35 in game one, or did they drop it in the same game? And then Ryan came back in game two and dropped. Damn, I'm trying to remember what it was. It was like 2 years ago though, 2 or 3 years ago. Was it 2022 or 2023? Hopefully y'all probably remember, but Ryan dropped 35, and I'm talking it was a stupid 30 bomb. Stupid 30 bomb. Chat said BH says in chat says my favorite the Aces, honestly. Aces. I don't know. I don't know how much I can see that, but I just don't know how much I can put on the Aces and Jackie Young. So sorry, Asia and Jackie Young. Are they gonna like dynamic duo their way to the finals? I don't know if Jackie Young and Asia Wilson are enough against the Dream. It damn well could be. I'm not saying that, they're incapable. It damn well could be enough. But I just feel like I don't know. I feel like the Aces aren't ready for the number of pieces that the Dream have. Like the Dream can throw out a lot of different pieces. They can throw out a lot of different players. And remember before in our preseason, we talked about the confidence aspect of what happens when you give a player like Naz Hillman reps, and she's now getting playoff reps as well. A couple of players getting playoff reps, Maya Caldwell getting playoff reps. When her number is called, when their names are called to come check a Jewel Lloyd, to come check a Dana Evans, they're going to be ready. You feel me? And if those players, the Tahina Pals interchanging with Jordan Canada, if they can give those starters just that extra boost, I feel like you're not going to be able to spam Jackie and Asia as much. You might be able to sit Ryan and Alicia Gray for a little bit longer. You could sit Brianna Jones for a little bit longer, put on Brittany Griner. You can play small ball with Atlanta, and you could play tall ball with Atlanta. So Aces, I feel like, yeah, they could definitely win, but they're gonna have a hell of a test with Atlanta. I swear, it's Ryan Howard series. That Aces Atlanta series is gonna be Ryan Howard series. But I also feel bad for Naz Hillman. I feel bad for Naz Hillman. She gonna have to guard Asia. I don't think Brianna Jones can really hang with Asia Wilson. Hell, I don't even think Asia Wilson can hang with Brianna Jones because Asia doesn't really like bruisers. But Naz Hillman versus Asia, it's not going to be funny and like a comical type beat, but it's gonna be funny because I want to see how Naz plays Asia, and I want to see how Asia goes at Naz. It's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be interesting. I don't know. There's not much else to say on this on night one in the WNBA playoffs. It's been pretty chill. Thank y'all. I don't know if I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm probably gonna wrap it up here. I don't think there's anything else I wanted to cover too tough. I don't think there's anything else I wanted to cover. Any more hot takes, chat? Any more hot takes? Any more crazy takes? Any more takes? Any more takes? Oh, what's going down, everybody? This damn Doja videos in my head now. Oh, what's going down, everybody? Welcome back. Anything else? We'll go ahead and end this live stream right here. I appreciate y'all checking out this live stream, man. Chopping it up with me, talking a game with me. Thank you for engaging with the live stream, whether it's dropping a like, dropping a comment. I appreciate all y'all. Y'all checking this out 1 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday. or basically now on a Monday. I appreciate all of y'all spending time with me. I really do. I cherish it. Again, this, even though this is not, like I had to tell people earlier, this isn't the dream. I'm not trying to be a YouTuber, but the fact that, I've created a space and you all have helped me to create a space where we can just chop it up about the game and chop it up about women's basketball. Like, I appreciate that a lot, and I don't take it for granted whether it's two people in here or like five people in here, 15 people in here. I really don't care. Like, I appreciate whoever wants to like talk the game with me. So on that note, I will wrap up this live stream. Y'all take it easy. Have a great week. Walk good. Stay safe. Stay blessed. It's been your boy Hendrix. Read the chat if anything. Mini is beatable. Last comment from BH. Mini is beatable. Absolutely. But they also are the antithesis of the New York Liberty because they have a great system versus New York Liberty's zero system. Mini's definitely beatable. Hell, New York could beat them again too, as long as we have our talent with us. Hopefully Stewie's good. We cannot do this shit injured. We go into that series, any series against the Lynx injured, we're done. But that's gonna do it, guys. I'm out of here. It's your boy Hendrix. Take care of yourselves. All right. Peace.